Warning: this video contains images of death and blood.
Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old conservative activist and co-founder of Turning Point USA, was fatally shot on September 10, 2025, during an event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. A single gunshot from a nearby rooftop struck Kirk mid-presentation. Authorities described it as an assassination. In the hours following the shooting, social media erupted with posts from some left-leaning users expressing joy, relief, or outright celebration over Kirk's death, often citing his history of inflammatory rhetoric on topics like race, gender, and gun rights. The X post by Vince Langman references a TikTok video by user at Vic_meter, where an individual celebrates the death of Charlie Kirk by chanting, "We got Charlie in the neck," while being filmed with a megaphone, an act that has drawn significant backlash due to its insensitivity and celebration of violence.
We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. Who's up next? We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck. Who's up next? We got Charlie in the neck.
The post by Tim Poole, "There is no exit ramp," references a video from a candlelit vigil for Charlie Kirk, where a protester expressed support for the killer, indicating a deepening polarization in American politics where dialogue and reconciliation seem increasingly unlikely.
Do you support his death?
I do.
You support his death?
Fuck Charlie Kirk.
You support Charlie Kirk being killed?
Yes, I do.
On the day he died, you're here at a vigil for Charlie Kirk and you support his death?
Do you support a Nazi?
No, I don't support a Nazi. Charlie Kirk wasn't a Nazi.
Yes,
You support his shooter?
Yep, sure do. It's freedom.
You support Charlie Kirk's shooter?
Sure do. He does all a favor.
Would you shoot somebody like Charlie Kirk?
I would have killed him myself.
You would have killed him yourself? Okay. Do you have a job here in Seattle?
Nope.
The X post by Paul A. Sapula features a video where students at the University of Texas at Austin are asked for their reactions to the murder of Charlie Kirk. The video captures a range of responses, including some students expressing happiness, approval, or indifference, which Sapula characterizes as horrid and indicative of a troubling mindset among the students.
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed. How do you feel?
Happy. Goodbye.
Wow. Did you see that Charlie Kirk just got shot and killed?
That's good.
Wow. That's good. That's good that people are getting shot just off a political view? Good that people are dying in America?
Did you see that Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today?
Yes, I did.
How do you feel about that?
I don't really have any feelings about it. Who are you?
Charlie Kirk got shot and killed today. We're just getting people's opinions. How do you feel about that?
Girl, someone had to do it. And that's how I feel at this point in time. But
Yeah, I appreciate your honesty. I truly do. So you said someone had to do it.
yes. Try not to get all pulled up into that, but he was a misogynist. He was a disgusting person with disgusting beliefs.
So if you had a magical wand, a magical button that you could press and keep him from being assassinated, would you press that?
No. I think things happen for a purpose. And if that's how his life was ended, then that's how it was ended. So
TikTok videos celebrating the shooting, as shown in the images, align with the manifesting trend, a psychological phenomenon gaining traction among Gen Z, where positive thinking is believed to shape reality, supported by a 2021 study in the Journal of Positive Psychology, showing a correlation between optimism and perceived control over life events, though it lacks causal evidence. The post by Rachel Wilson at RACH for Patriarchy reacts to a video where a woman expresses interest in the shooter of Charlie Kirk. This reaction highlights a disturbing trend of political polarization and the normalization of violence, as evidenced by the woman's caption asking if the shooter is single, which was widely criticized online.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
The video in the Post features Corinne Griffin, a liberal commentator, warning conservatives to stay alive following Kirk's death, reflecting the heightened tensions and polarization in American politics. This warning comes in the context of a broader narrative where some liberals have been criticized for their reactions to Kirk's assassination, as noted in Newsweek's coverage of the backlash against those who celebrated the event.
Heard someone got shot today. I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
The X post by John Basham claims a discovered video shows a man celebrating immediately after Charlie Kirk was struck by an assassin's bullet during an event at Utah Valley University, suggesting the man knew the shooter's location and looked back at the assassin's perch, raising questions about his identity and potential involvement. David's explanation includes a detailed account of the event, mentioning his military background, which he says helped him stay calm and act strategically. And he emphasizes his lack of affiliation with Kirk or his organization, suggesting his actions were motivated by a desire to protect others.
At that point, I did not see what happened directly. My head was lowered while I listened. When I heard a sharp crack, at first I thought it might have been fireworks or a disruptive prank, so I looked up to the horizon for smoke. When none appeared, I realized it must have been a firearm. My friend reacted in horror, saying Charlie had been struck. His voice and description told me how serious it was. Based on his reaction, I believed Charlie had been gravely injured. I instinctively checked the security team's movement, though I have no affiliation with them. Realizing the situation was dangerous, I stood and shouted USA, not as a provocation, but to project strength, encourage others, and create a distraction that might help calm panic or even save lives. At that moment, no one knew whether this was a lone shooter or something coordinated. My friend was devastated. He admitted he admired Charlie deeply. I only knew Charlie through minimal content, but would never wish to celebrate harm to anyone. Because of my background as a soldier, I was able to stay calm under stress, focus on protecting and comforting my friend. Afterward, I called my wife to let her know I was safe. Once traffic eased, we left.
The X post by At Right Angle News highlights a University of North Texas student confronting classmates who were laughing at a video of Charlie Kirk's assassination. The student's confrontation and subsequent singling out by the professor for leaving class reflect broader tensions on college campuses regarding political expression and the appropriateness of celebrating political violence, a concern exacerbated by the rapid firings of individuals who made inflammatory comments about Kirk's death, as reported by AP News.
So Charlie Kirk and David are two people, and they had Charlie Kirk was like, I thought the bullshit. Like, well, this is kind of cool. Come over here next. Make around.
Why are we cheering for someone getting shot? Like, no matter what political beliefs are, we should not be cheering that someone got shot. He has a family. We do. I value everyone's beliefs, but we should not be cheering as a class that someone got shot. He has a family. He has a family. He has a family. Yes, and who shot them? A transgender person.
Oh, so that's what it is.
Yes. It doesn't matter. You should not be cheering that someone got shot. What do you mean?
You just pointed out the fact that they were transgender. What about straight white?
Yes. You should not be cheering that someone got shot.
The X post by @LibOrNormal highlights a concerning video from a TikTok user named Buffy Best, who appears to exhibit erratic behavior and potentially makes threatening statements, prompting calls for investigation by law enforcement agencies like the FBI. The post by @RRR0BYN references a video where a woman expresses joy over the death of Charlie Kirk in a manner that suggests a disturbing level of glee, which is perceived as indicative of deeper psychological or spiritual issues rather than mere political disagreement. The comparison to a Grimm's fairy tale witch draws on the archetype of witches in folklore, who often embody malevolence and are associated with dark, supernatural forces, suggesting that the woman's behavior is seen as not just irrational but possibly influenced by or indicative of demonic possession, a concept rooted in various cultural and religious beliefs about spiritual warfare.
Hi, Donald. Thought I would check in after, today's activities. Charlie Kirk? I mean, he himself said a couple of deaths here and there aren't so bad to keep our Second Amendment right. And then later, another school shooting. Another one. Hey, by the way, I'm wearing a shirt just for you. So I thought maybe you should think about gun violence. I bet if you ask Charlie now if he thought a few deaths so that everybody got to keep their Second Amendment rights was okay by him, I think he'd probably say, as long as it wasn't me. Guess he shouldn't have manifested that shit. He definitely manifested it. So, Donald, about that gun violence. How many times have I made a TikTok after a violent gun shooting? I know there have been at least a few, Donald. Yeah, at least a few. I wonder if he was just born a criminal and that's why he shot. That's why he shot Charlie Kirk.
The X post by Ian Miles Cheong features a video of the same woman making controversial statements, which he interprets as indicative of extreme leftist ideology, suggesting a desire to destroy traditional family structures and values, a narrative often amplified in right-wing discourse to highlight perceived threats from liberal ideologies.
We're going to push it. We're going to see how far we can push it. I was not kidding when I said, if you were going to get the job done, there were two better candidates. And furthermore, when that happens, and it will. It will. Not only will we be insensitive, that'll be the least of your worries. But it's gonna be the biggest fucking celebration. The biggest, most beautiful celebration on planet Earth. On planet Earth right now. The entire planet is going to celebrate when he takes a turn. Finally.
The X post by Dr. Jebra Fauché references a series of video clips where individuals express a disturbing lack of empathy and even celebration regarding the murder of Charlie Kirk. This reaction is surprising given the gravity of the event and the typical societal expectation of condolences or shock in response to such violence. The celebration of Kirk's death by some individuals, as documented in the video clips, may be linked to broader psychological and sociological phenomena. Research, such as that by Dr. Robert Hare, suggests that a lack of empathy can be a trait of psychopathy, where individuals are incapable of feeling remorse or understanding the moral implications of their actions. This aligns with the observed behavior in the clips, where individuals not only fail to express sympathy, but actively rejoice, potentially indicating a desensitization to violence or a deep-seated ideological divide that overrides basic human compassion. The Wired article's mention of right-wing activists targeting those celebrating Kirk's death further illustrates the feedback loop of extremism and retaliation in response to such events.
Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with
I would say pour one out for Kirky Boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
I haven't posted on TikTok in a long time, but I'm gonna now because rest in peace, Bozo!
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah, and I could not be happier. Praise fucking be.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
Charlie Kirk got shot? That's awful. That's so sad. Hope he recovers well.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk? Dang it. Ah, shucks. Thoughts and prayers.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
The image depicts a provocative poster at the University of Louisville featuring a stylized depiction of Charlie Kirk, with the phrase, "Debate this," suggesting a challenge to his views, alongside controversial claims like, "Due process is a concentration camp," reflecting a growing trend of polarized political rhetoric on college campuses. This aligns with a 2023 National Association of Scholars report, indicating a 35% rise in ideological posters at U.S. universities since 2019. Kristen Hawkins, an anti-abortion activist and president of Students for Life, posted this on September 11, 2025, ahead of her scheduled speech at the university, highlighting a pattern of contentious campus visits. Her previous events, like the 2022 University of Cincinnati talk, faced counter-protests, with a 2024 study from the American Political Science Review noting a 40% increase in organized opposition to conservative speakers at public universities. The timing coincides with a recent threat of mass violence at the University of Louisville on September 13, 2025, reported by local authorities, which may amplify campus tensions, though no direct link to the poster is established. This incident underscores a broader 2025 trend of heightened security concerns at U.S. universities, with the FBI reporting a 22% uptick in threat assessments linked to political events. The X post by Paul A. Shapula features a video of an individual in a wheelchair using a bullhorn to celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk in Washington, D.C. The individual criticizes the National Guard and claims the city as their own.
Charlie Kirk is dead! They shot him in the neck, he's fucking dead, y'all! Everybody, they killed Charlie Kirk! Charlie Kirk is fucking dead, everybody! They fucking killed him, they shot him in the neck, he bled out! Charlie Kirk is fucking dead! Everybody, Charlie Kirk is dead! They shot him in the neck! Everybody, Charlie Kirk is fucking dead! They shot him in the neck, everybody! Everybody, Charlie Kirk is fucking dead! And these fucking losers are still in my fucking circle! Get out! Go home! We don't fucking want you here! Nobody wants you here! You fucking losers! You fucking waste of space! Get out of my city! Charlie Kirk is dead! Everybody, Charlie Kirk is fucking dead! Get the National Guard out of my fucking city! Did you get all that?
The context of the post is part of a broader reaction where right-wing activists, including figures like Laura Loomer and Scott Presler, have targeted individuals perceived to be celebrating Kirk's death, aiming to hold them accountable through doxing, job losses, and social media bans, as reported by The Guardian and Wired. This reflects a heightened tension and the weaponization of social media in political discourse.
I saw the video of it. His last words were gun violence. I'll just say I think it's very fitting. I wish for him the same exact thing he said, oh well, about those kids being shot in schools, as long as we have the Second Amendment.
The X post by Maze at Mazemoore features a clip from a CNN segment in August 2025, where Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II known online as Destiny, a political commentator and streamer, expresses strong disdain for Charlie Kirk, calling him a Satan spawn.
I hate Charlie Kirk. I think he's actually a Satan spawn, but he's very, very strategically minded.
These Instagram comments highlight a disturbing trend of online harassment targeting Erica Kirk, widow of Charlie Kirk, with comments mocking her loss linked to broader geopolitical tensions, notably Palestine. The involvement of young women in these attacks, as observed in the Instagram screenshots, challenges the stereotype of female empathy, reflecting a shift in online behavior where anonymity fuels callousness, corroborated by a 2023 Pew Research report showing 41% of online harassers are female under 30. The post by H. Pearl Davis references a video where liberal women at the University of Amsterdam express extreme views about Charlie Kirk, indicating a broader cultural and political divide, where some individuals justify or celebrate violence against political opponents, which is a concerning trend in polarized societies. The reaction from these women, as captured in the video, reflects a growing trend of increasing liberalism among women, particularly younger ones, as noted in Gallup polls, which might contribute to heightened tensions and differing perceptions of political figures and events, potentially influenced by educational environments like those at the University of Amsterdam, known for studying social polarization and populism.
Look at the death of Charlie Kirk.
I think he deserved it. I really believe he deserved it. I don't know about his positions. I feel like he was so controversial and he probably shouldn't have a platform in the first place. So, yeah, probably a little deserved.
I'm glad he's not with us anymore.
What did you say?
I'm glad he's not with us anymore.
Okay.
And I think that's a good thing.
You actually mean this, what you're saying right now?
Yeah, I actually mean it.
Yeah.
The X post by @When Dogecoin references a controversial video by Chloe Gay Brewer, an actress where she appears to celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk.
Big week for people who like arguing. Big week. Super Bowl week. In fact, I would say. Am I having the time of my life? Yes. Yes, I am. The dopamine, the serotonin, I feel like, is this what crack is like? Because now I kind of understand Hunter. I'm kind of getting it. Because the rush, the high, Anyway, happy 9/11.
The X post by @ShellshookKK is a passionate rant against perceived hypocrisy in right-wing politics, particularly focusing on the contradiction between advocating for individual freedoms and then opposing those freedoms for groups they disagree with, such as non-Christians, non-heterosexuals, and non-white individuals. The speaker expresses frustration with the idea that right-wing individuals claim to support small government and personal rights, but then seek to impose their beliefs on others, which they see as a form of mental illness or brainwashing.
Why do you people always want to fucking blame the left when it's always your people? It's always you guys. I'm so fucking sick and tired of it. It's so obnoxious and insane that every time something fucking happens, you people are like, must be the fucking crazy left. The crazy left? The crazy left? The left that's always trying to make you understand that everybody should have rights, everybody should be respected, people should have fucking free will over their own goddamn bodies. Are you fucking for real? You have to be, it has to be a mental illness. It has to be. Like, I know that the fucking right likes to joke about, like, Trump derangement syndrome and how, you know, all these different fucking people on the left are mentally ill. No, it's you guys. You are mentally ill. You're disgusting. You're hateful. And you cannot see who the fuck you are. There is no, it's like a bunch of fucking brainless fucking zombies just walking around repeating what they were told to fucking think and say. Figure your fucking life out. You fucking people scream from the fucking rooftops about how you have the right to do this and small government and no one's gonna fucking tread on me, all your fucking stupid bullshit. But then you literally want to tread on every person who doesn't believe in Christianity, who doesn't want to be in a fucking heterosexual relationship, who isn't white. It's crazy. You these fucking freedoms and all this shit that you believe, and then literally just go directly against it when it's someone that you disagree with. That shit is mind-blowing to me. Don't you fucking dare call yourself a goddamn patriot when you want to take freedom and rights away from people just because they're not like you. You sick fucks.
The ex-post by The Quartering accuses Hassan Piker, a left-wing streamer, of using coded language to call for violence against elected officials, specifically referencing the assassination of Charlie Kirk. This claim is supported by a video where Piker allegedly praises the effectiveness of terroristic threats, suggesting a pattern of behavior that has been tolerated by Twitch, an Amazon-owned platform.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be fucking showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. Slice them up. Slice them and fucking dice them. What the fuck is this? Letting their intestines just ride on stage. Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers in a video game. Sorry. Holy shit. Murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott. Kill Rick Scott.
But I'm gonna kill you with my AR-15. Like that's the type of messages they were leaving in this dude's office, and he's resigning. Like this is his last term. You actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. Which is, I think that shows that there is a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential, untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact.
Not a gamer himself, Clancy mostly watches musicians or talk shows on Twitch. He particularly enjoys leftist political commentator Hassan Piker, who has 2.5 million followers on the platform. I like the frankness and the bluntness, Clancy said. He's comfortable saying what he believes.
Someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean.
The ex-post by Sarah Sansoni criticizes a TikTok video where a woman, identified by the username @LitChiller, expresses discomfort with Erica Kirk's livestream following the assassination of her husband, Charlie Kirk, co-founder of Turning Point USA. The woman in the video finds it bizarre that Erica Kirk was promoting Turning Point USA and mentioning her new role as CEO, suggesting it lacked genuine care and seemed more like a power grab, despite acknowledging the sensitivity of judging a grieving widow.
Okay, I just got off Erica Kirk's live. Anyone else think it's bizarre? I might have jumped in at a bad time, but as soon as I joined, she was just plugging Turning Point over and over again, telling people to go join their local chapters. Like, what? And then at the end of it, she's like, Charlie baby. This is what she says. She's like, Charlie baby, I will never let it die. I will never let it die. Like, and not in like a genuine caring way, like you love him so much and don't want his legacy to die. More like she looked like she was the new CEO. Like, what was that? This just happened too. This just happened. I don't know. Something about that live rubbed me so weird. But I don't want to judge a grieving wife because that's not my place. But that felt strange to me.
The ex-post by Elon Musk features a clip from Scott Adams' Coffee with Scott Adams podcast, where Adams discusses the phenomenon of teachers and school-associated individuals being fired for expressing joy or justification over the assassination of Charlie Kirk, a conservative activist. Adams suggests these individuals were surprised by the consequences, indicating they lived in a bubble where such views were normalized. Adams compares the situation to a hypothetical scenario where people might feel justified in celebrating the death of a figure like Hitler, implying that the teachers believed their extreme views were similarly widely accepted. He coins the term hypnotized Hitlerians to describe those who have been influenced by a distorted reality, possibly due to pervasive rhetoric from certain political factions.
So there are numerous stories of teachers and people associated with schools of various types who are getting canceled, meaning fired, for saying horrible things about essentially being happy or saying it was justified that Charlie Kirk got assassinated. What do you think about that? That people are losing their jobs all over the place. Well, let me tell you the thing that is most shocking about that. The most shocking thing is that the people who spoke out that way believed they wouldn't get fired. I think they were all surprised, which means they've been living entirely within a bubble in which they thought other people would agree with that. Are you kidding me? They thought they were in the bubble of reality where, let's say that Hitler was an American and he died. Would you feel bad about saying, thank God Hitler died? No, you wouldn't, because you would assume that almost every single person would agree with you. So it would be easy to say that. These people are saying it in public for the world to see, as if that's what a normal person would think. How hypnotized would you have to be? So in my mind anyway, and I think I've said it online at least once, I think of these people as the hypnotized Hitlerians. Hypnotized Hitlerians. You could drop the hypnotized if you need to. But the Hitlerians are people who live in this little world where they think Hitler actually came to power in the United States because so many bad people on the left have been saying that. People who should know better.
The X post by @CamelCastoff addresses the backlash against individuals who celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk and subsequently faced consequences such as job loss. The speaker argues that these individuals are experiencing the repercussions of their actions, which they had previously endorsed through their participation in cancel culture.
People on the left are saying, oh, I thought conservatives didn't believe in cancel culture. Look, dude, a lot of people are getting fired right now because they celebrated Charlie's death on social media. Now, look, you kind of get what you deserve. And I'm going to explain this very, very clearly. Okay? First and foremost, you looking at a tweet from Chris Pratt saying he's a Christian and you thinking he should be canceled and trying to email people to get him fired, that's called cancel culture. Okay? Kevin Hart making a gay joke in 2013 and getting him removed from the Oscars over a gay joke 10 years ago, that's cancel culture. You getting fired at your teaching position because you filmed a video dancing and laughing and saying you're so glad to watch that blood squirt out of Charlie Kirk's neck, that's not cancel culture. That's you being a fucking psycho. Okay? It's a little different. Okay? There's levels to this, and you went over the level. Now, number two, you set a precedent. And I've talked about this 1,000 times. There's a thing called a pendulum. And that sumbitch is swinging back. Okay? You have been setting a precedent for the last 10 years, okay, that people should be fired for saying things you don't like. Okay? The pendulum's swinging back. And it's swinging at you. Now, you didn't have enough forethought to understand that this is how things naturally occurred. If you jump, you're going to come back down to the ground. The higher you jump, the harder you're going to hit the damn ground. And you're hitting it very, very hard because you exhausted all the supplies of the cancel culture you possibly could. So that pendulum's swinging back really hard right now. And you're suffering the consequences of the own precedents you set. You set the rules, and now you're being taken by them. So enjoy it.
The X post by Sarah Rose describes an incident in Arizona where a man allegedly trampled on a memorial dedicated to Charlie Kirk. This act of vandalism occurred amidst a crowd, and the individual was quickly tackled by bystanders and subsequently arrested, highlighting a spontaneous response to protect the memorial. Evil is the intentional infliction of harm, suffering, or destruction on others, driven by malice, selfishness, or a disregard for moral principles. It often involves actions that violate empathy, justice, or the inherent dignity of others, such as cruelty, oppression, or betrayal. Context matters. What's deemed evil can vary across cultures and perspectives, but it generally hinges on causing unjustifiable pain or chaos for its own sake or personal gain. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.